A titanium frame and 200 MP camera in your pocket? Could Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra be the biggest mobile upgrade of 2024? According to the latest leaks, it looks like Samsung is gearing up to announce their next flagship phone very soon. Multiple reputable leakers have revealed that the Galaxy S24 Ultra will likely be unveiled on January 2024. This is earlier than usual even for Samsung, who has been announcing their S-series phones in January or February the past few years. The Galaxy S21 Ultra was the earliest recent model, announced on January 14th, 2021. The leaked launch invitation apparently also mentions One UI 6.1 rolling out alongside the new Galaxy S24 lineup. This would be Samsung's latest software build based on Android 14, and rumors indicate One UI 6.1 will introduce some seriously advanced AI capabilities to Galaxy devices. So why is Samsung rushing to announce the S24 Ultra in mid-January when they normally aim for early February? It's likely to get a head start over the hugely popular iPhone 15 Pro Max that launched back in September 2023. Apple really pulled out all the stops with the iPhone 15 Pro series, including game-changing camera systems, always-on displays, satellite connectivity for SOS, and more. So the pressure is on for Samsung to unveil something truly special if they want to sway iPhone users. And it seems Samsung is confident they've achieved that with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Of course, nothing is certain until those official announcements start flowing in 2-3 weeks. But longtime Galaxy fans have good reason to get excited. This early unveiling shows Samsung is taking the competition seriously and believes they have the next best smartphone ready to go earlier than their roadmap. A bold but calculated movie that could pay off hugely if the Galaxy S24 Ultra lives up to the leaks and expectations. So, what can we expect from S24 Ultra? Let's talk about it. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra camera. Some serious upgrades here. First off, Samsung is swapping out the 10x periscope camera that's been on the past few Galaxy Ultra models. Instead, we're getting a 5x telephoto camera with a super high 50MP resolution. The sensor is going to be massive at 1/2.52 inches, with 0.7 micrometers pixels for crisp detail. Now, a 5x zoom may not seem as impressive as a 10x periscope on paper, but because that new 5x camera has such a powerful sensor, it should be able to capture way more detail than before. And the quality difference is much more noticeable between a good 5x camera and no zoom than between 10x and 5x zooms. Plus, Samsung's special 100x space zoom feature will still be there. That uses a combination of optical zoom from the cameras and digital zoom from the sensor cropping and software processing. So you'll still be able to get those wild long-distance shots. They just might not look quite as clear at the full 100x magnification as they would with a 10x optical periscope. The other exciting upgrade is to the main wide camera. We're getting an improved version of last year's 200 MP sensor with smaller 0.6 micrometers pixels. Together with Samsung's improved processing, this should take the image quality up another notch. Expect even sharper, more detailed shots with better dynamic range. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra design, a more refined look. In terms of design, the Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't changing radically from the S23 Ultra, but a few subtle tweaks should give it a cleaner, more refined aesthetic. Instead of aluminum, reports say the frame will now be made from titanium. This change could make the phone feel more premium and durable. Although surprisingly, it may actually shave a gram or so off the weight too. We're also expecting flatter display curves rather than the sloped waterfall edges of the recent Galaxy Ultras. And the back glass fits flush with that new titanium frame. Overall, these changes give the S24 Ultra a boxier shape reminiscent of the latest iPhones. But it still retains that iconic Galaxy camera bump look, just more squared off and refined than before. At a glance, you may not even notice the differences, but those flatter sides should make the S24 Ultra a bit easier to grip without accidentally touching the edges of the screen. So small changes that could add up to a better user experience. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra display. Minor improvements. The display on the S24 Ultra probably won't change drastically either. We'll likely get virtually the same 6.8-inch curved dynamic AMOLED panel as its predecessors, with a sharp Quad HD Plus resolution, up to 120 Hz refresh rate, and high 500 ppi pixel density. However, rumors point to a bump up in peak brightness to around 2600 nits. For reference, that's nearly as bright as holding a small flashlight up to the screen. This should give the Galaxy S24 Ultra one of the brightest, most vivid smartphone displays ever. Making the screen brighter does use more battery power, but adaptive technologies like PWM will dim it down when showing darker content. So you get jaw-dropping brightness only when you need it, not constantly draining your battery. A 144 Hz display option has also been rumored. That would make animations and motion even smoother compared to 120 Hz. But honestly, the difference between 120 and 144 Hz is pretty subtle. So we wouldn't be surprised if Samsung sticks with 120 Hz given the power costs of running faster. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra Performance. Next gen speed. Under the hood, the Galaxy S24 Ultra will likely feature Qualcomm's upcoming Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset. This second-gen 4nm processor should deliver faster performance and greater power efficiency compared to the already speedy Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 in the S23 series. Combined with up to 12 GB of RAM, the latest UFS 4.0 storage specs, and further software optimization from Samsung, the S24 Ultra should absolutely fly through any app or game. These internals could also enable advanced AI capabilities, leveraging Qualcomm's updated Hexagon processor and faster AI engine. That means potential improvements to the camera, seamless voice translations, smarter proactive suggestions from Bixby, and more. Of course, the Galaxy S24 Ultra will ship with the newest One UI 6.1 software based on Android 14. And Samsung's commitment to 4 years of major OS updates means you'll get support for Android all the way up to version 17 or 18. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra battery, staying the course. Despite the performance gains and display improvements, battery life is crucial in any phone. So Samsung seems to be playing it safe by sticking with the same 5000 mAh cell and 45W fast charging speeds as the S23 Ultra. Yes, faster charging would be great, but current speeds already replenish from 0 to 100% in around 70 minutes. And Samsung clearly felt that boosting capacity further or adding a less durable graphene battery could impact safety. Considering the S23 Ultra is already a battery champ, getting similar life out of a faster, brighter S24 Ultra would still be a win in our books. That wraps up the key changes and improvements coming to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Overall, the camera, design, performance, and display all see thoughtful enhancements that add up to a noticeably more polished experience while retaining what Galaxy fans already love. Subtle but meaningful evolution. So should you hold off on that phone upgrade until the Galaxy S24 Ultra arrives? If you're still using an older Galaxy model like the Note 9, Note 10, S10 Plus, or S20 Ultra, the answer is generally yes. The advances in camera technology, processing speeds, battery efficiency, and AI capabilities mean you would see massive improvements across the board with the S24 Ultra. We're talking way better photos and videos, apps and games running incredibly smoothly, much longer battery life, and handy new AI-powered software experiences. However, if you upgraded more recently to a Galaxy S22 Ultra or S23 Ultra, you may be just fine skipping this generation. The changes seem more incremental this year for loyal Samsung fans. And smartphone innovation has slowed down in general lately, as manufacturers bump up against the limits of current technologies. Every 2 years seems to be be the new norm for necessary upgrades these days. So if your current device still meets all your needs, no need to rush out for the S24 Ultra. But if that older Galaxy is showing its age in the camera, speed, or battery departments, the S24 promises to leapfrog over anything before the S23 series. We hope you enjoyed this overview of what we know so far about Samsung's next flagship. Let us know which rumored upgrades have you most excited in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our Galaxy S24 Ultra hands-on review and comparisons as soon as it becomes available.